He got 99 problems and the biggest one is me. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? 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 What's going on, everybody? What's going on to the Scotty Gang on this Sunday evening? What's going on, you guys? We're here for the open panel. The open panel of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I really had somewhere to be today. I really did. But I decided not to go, and I decided to spend that time with you guys up until the real Housewives of Potomac, okay? I see y'all are coming into the building, and as y'all come into the building, be sure to like the video. Be sure to light up the chat as you come in here, okay? So we are about to get busy up in here, okay? So before we start the video, let me let you guys know what's coming up. Tomorrow, the panel will be returning, okay? We'll be back to Mondays, the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and it will be on Yakrati's channel. The link is, he just sent me the link today. So in a minute, after this is over with, I'm going to include the link in the Whether You Like It or Not playlist so you guys can, go up in there, click the notify me button and all that good stuff, all that good stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on up in this piece, okay? That's pretty much it, honey, okay? So, we're about to go ahead and get into it. Like I said, we're going to do this up until, like, the last 30 minutes, maybe about a good hour and 30 minutes. That's what we're going to do it, okay? That's how we're going to do it because we got to do Potomac today. That's what we got to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a live review on Potomac or not, but I'm damn sure going to do a review on it. I should have just did a poll. But, yes, y'all. I'm going to say a couple of things before I drop the link down in the chat. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the moderators that's up in here. You know what I mean? I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys down. I appreciate you guys. Please make sure y'all keep the trolls out of here. Okay. Even though, no 250, your ass is coming up here, honey. You are coming up here, baby. Okay, I need if don't nobody else want to come up here, if don't nobody else want to come up, I need some of the same damn people I had the first time we did this last week. Okay, period. But yes, indeed, we need everybody to share this video. We need everybody to like it, send it out on Twitter. The people need to see this damn. The people need to see this shit, period. The people need to see it. The people need to know that we have a good time up here and all of that stuff. Now, if you're brand new to the channel, y'all need to go on and like this video, go on and subscribe to the channel because baby, we have a good time over here. And a lot of you guys follow, a lot of new people follow me last night. We had like 950 people in the live last night when we recapped Love and Marriage Huntsville. We had a whole lot of folks up in there, honey, and it was amazing. We had a great time. That video was at 9K. 9K. That's probably my highest rated Love and Marriage Huntsville review ever. Okay. So we're about to go ahead and get this thing started now. Um we're doing roasted review on Wednesday, and we'll be over there on T's page on Wednesday. And Miss Wanda is supposed to be showing up. She better show up, or it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be an issue if she don't come. She said she was coming, so she needs to come. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are ready to say what you got to say. Now, if you're gonna come up on this panel tonight, these are the ground rules. Everybody needs to be able to speak. We don't want nobody on the panel that's just going to sit up there and hold the box when somebody else could be up there with that same box speaking their mind, okay? We need everybody up there speaking their mind, but we also don't want no arguing. We also don't want nobody disrespecting each other, and I want a variety of people. I don't want everybody to have the same opinions. Like, I need different people up here. Like, we have a lot of Melody supporters, and we have people that don't really support Melody. Then we have Destiny supporters, and we have people that don't support Destiny like that. I need different varieties of things up here. I'm just gonna be up here listening to y'all. I'm really not gonna give much commentary. I will say that I'm kind of like the moderator of this shit, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much the moderator. So I'm just letting y'all steal the show. I'm giving Scotty Gang the time to steal the show. It's all up to y'all to get up here and say what y'all got to say. I'm just letting Scotty Gang come up here. Not really letting well, yes, I am. Yeah, and Chantel, if you team nobody, bring your ass up. Like I said, it's a variety. I want a variety of people up here. Like, I like to hear everybody's point of view. But like I said, the ground rules are: if you're gonna come up here, make sure you say something. We don't need nobody up here in the box that ain't saying shit. Everybody got to say something. Everybody got to speak their mind. Everybody needs to put their opinions out there. Okay. No disrespecting each other. We don't want a bunch of arguing up here. Now, there may be some, we can do a little bit of debating here and there. We can do a little back and forth or whatever. We can do all that, but we just don't want no disrespect. You know what I mean? We just don't want to get no disrespect. We don't want nobody arguing and doing all that other stupid shit. We can leave that shit on them ghetto ass platforms. We don't want that shit up here. Scotty by Nature TV. We're not gonna do that. Now, I might be a little bit of hood, and I might listen to a lot of Glorilla, because we got 99 problems and the biggest one is me. You know what I'm saying? I'm FREE, fuck nigga free. That means I ain't got to worry about no fuck nigga cheat. You know what I mean? I might be doing all that, but it's all right. And another thing, no over talking. I'm glad somebody said that. We don't want nobody over talking each other either. Damn. We don't want nobody over talking each other either. We don't want any of that. So that's the thing. You know what I mean? That's the thing. We don't want nobody over talking. We don't want nobody doing too much. We don't want nobody doing none of that. We want everybody to speak their minds, okay? So without any further ado, the link is down there, honey. I need to get a napkin so I can wipe my laptop off because I wasted some damn Coke on it. So let me go get get me a napkin real quick as y'all come in. Ooh, I see a lot of y'all coming up already. And if you don't want to show your face, that is fine too. Showing your face is not necessary. You do not have to show it if you don't want to. You can turn your camera off if you don't want to show your face. Okay, let's get it. Hold on, y'all. All
I'm
right,
Team
you
Dollar
guys.
General. Hello.
Hey
Not Team Dollar
everybody.
General.
Hi.
Hey. Y'all.
Yes, my nature. Hey, Nala. Hey,
I'm gonna have
Lola.
to put my earphones in so I can hear y'all.
I've been
My
talking to almost everybody up here all day. Hey, y'all.
Hey, everybody.
We practically family at this point. Hey, everybody, child. Team Dollar General.
Ah,
Wait, no, Team Enterprise, because that's where that store is located, close to
It's my first
Enterprise.
time making it up on your live, Scotty.
And I appreciate
I have been
it.
following
Welcome.
you since you was the other name, long, long time ago. I'm trying to remember
Yes,
what
come
your
on with
other
the
name was.
OGs.
Don't
Yeah.
remember the other name. Don't remember the other name. Don't
I
remember
can't
the other
My
remember.
other
name.
Mr.
name.
Still Standing.
Yeah,
Shout
Mr.
out to
Still
my
Standing.
fellow
That's right.
OG
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
gang,
yeah,
gang,
yeah.
gang,
Yeah.
gang.
That's it. That's it. I just remember your face.
Y'all need to
So
y'all need to forget about that name, honey. I do
Yeah.
not like that
I
name.
I, for, I
This is
forgot
my second
already.
time being on his channel. This is the second time it's going live on his channel though. I read you, I Wi-Fi you all the
But
time.
I appreciate you guys coming up. I feel like we're gonna have us a good time like we did last week. And the floor is pretty much y'all. So since Too Feisty has been with me the longest, I believe,
God.
I'm gonna let her start the conversation off. Wherever y'all want to start it, y'all can. I'm just here to moderate and listen
I
to
know
y'all.
somebody in the
I
chat is
think I run my mouth
disappointed.
enough.
I'm gonna
Well,
keep it brief. I'm gonna keep it brief.
okay.
Shout out to Dollar General. Dollar General got the most promotion. They got the most effective promotion on the whole episode. Um, Destiny needs to grow up, learn how to be a businesswoman. If she does not know how to run that store, how to properly manage that store, she needs to partner up with someone that can, so that way it won't be a dud, and she won't lose all that money she invested. I would like to know why the standard is supposed to be so high for Melody in terms of how she's supposed to react to people's commentary about her children, but Maurice and Kimmy can still give Tiffany heat to this day about that one little question she asked about Monster getting suspended. And the girls where I'm from would have popped Tisha and her mama a long time ago. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Mm.
I'm gonna just piggyback off of what you were just talking about because that's my biggest problem with the whole thing. It's like I don't know if y'all remember way back in season one when Martell said the comment about the 20 girlfriends. They said that the boy was on social media and he could hear about it. And they made Martell apologize to the son. Now, that didn't have absolutely nothing to do with the son. It was everything about his daddy with the 20 girlfriends. So, why is the bar lowered for Wanda? Oh, we not talking, I'm talking about Mel, but it's she's questioning paternity. But Martell was talking about Marceau and his 20 girlfriends, and he still apologized to their child. So and to this day, 5 seasons later, they're still talking about the 20 girlfriends.
And I'm gonna tackle that one right there. It wasn't they
I
made
like
him
this.
apologize. Like Humpwig and her grandpa Jaw's husband, they didn't make him apologize. Mel made him
Well,
apologize.
I'm just saying it was just
Yeah,
brought up to make him. He apologized
yeah.
nonetheless, and it had nothing to do with the son. You see
Listen,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
It was about his no good daddy and uncle. But they made Martell, Mel made him apologize or he had to apologize. And now that, they're trying to justify whatever Wanda said because it's like, well, she was talking about mama and it's just still not right. She just shouldn't have said anything, regardless of how ignorant Martell was. Wanda was just jumping on that as an excuse to have something to say about Melody because y'all remember Wanda had been on, she was even on Scotty Live that time talking about Mel and being loose and this, that, and the third. They was trying to say anything to make Mel respond to her and
For over
react.
a year.
Right, for
Yeah.
over a year, and she didn't say nothing until they said something about little sugar mama or the implication.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
Um,
see, that's the only thing I got a problem with of it too. And especially Miss Wanda, why would you compare? You can't compare the two. You talking about well, the reason why I came out the male and because of the baby, because she came out the my child. You talking about almost a 40-year-old woman with three done kids,
not
to a
almost,
3-year-old baby.
not almost. She in her 40s.
Long
She
in
a
the tooth.
full grown mule.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the full grown ass woman, a full grown woman, and you compare her to a 3-year-old baby.
But that's also more about who Wanda is and the fact that
Yes.
she's infantile in her thinking. That is like arrested development walking around. And a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
what
that's
she
that's the
does
only
is
thing I
to,
and that's the only thing I
Not
had to tell
arrested
them do.
development.
yeah, it's like she stopped, her age stopped when probably right before she got pregnant with Tisha, which is about 14 or 15, because that's how she carries on. And when you look at Tisha, bless her heart, but I mean, she didn't have anything better. And I kind of feel like on the cool, Tisha manipulates that, and she uses the fact that I think Wanda has guilt about not raising her. And
Uh,
she,
She does. They
basically
said that
still
on the
do
show
that.
before. She
Yeah,
does.
Tisha, for all the things Tisha is, you can tell Tisha is spoiled, just like Martell is spoiled. These are grandmama's babies that had to be raised by their grandmamas because their mamas was fast and in the street doing what they wanted to do. And
Boosting.
so, yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at there. And I think it's extremely lowbrow. But like I said before, if I had been male, I'd have told her you would know about paternity issues, considering the fact that you got a husband and a boyfriend. And so if anybody would know about them streets, it would be you.
Spreading
child.
Mm.
themselves
Okay.
thin, yeah.
I forgot
That's
who it
what I'm
was.
saying.
Um,
I mean,
I
and
hi.
forgot.
that's
Hold on.
how I feel about it too. Like you talking about male, and you out here talking about you is the low budget. I mean, low budget uh streetwalker with a husband and a boyfriend.
And actually, here's the other part of the read that Mel misses. I said this on Nola's Live a second ago. Mel is slick, but she's not quick. And what
Yes.
I realized about Wanda is I would show Wanda I wouldn't even be bragging about no man having a husband and a boyfriend when you got to beg your son-in-law and your daughter for money. That means that coup de trois, as Jamie That's Me would say, ain't really pulling what you think it's pulling, sis. You got to sell fish plates and potatoes to make
That
your
coup de
little
trois is a
bill.
fish plate, ain't it?
Well, I mean,
Wait,
it could be, and that could be why
Nasty
ain't
fish
but
nobody
plate.
coming out and claiming her.
but
It could be that
Wanda,
too.
but
But see,
Wanda,
when you're doing it right, you ain't got to play them kind of games about getting with your kids and having your kids take care of you. So when you talk about having a husband and a boyfriend, ma'am, you might want to be quiet about that because your thing ain't thinking like it should be
Thank you,
thinking at
thank
your
you,
age.
but if you
Definitely
let
ain't.
thank
Wanda
you.
drop the miss, cause ain't no miss in sight, elder be damned. If you let her tell it, her brother and already told her. When you can't sell coochie no more, you got to sell fish plates. And who's selling
Cool.
fish plates now?
I don't think she was
Well,
ever able to sell it. I think she was giving it away. And the fact that people keep giving it back and ain't nobody wiped you since ought to be an indication that yet
wait,
again
Sue.
you are doing something wrong.
Just wait.
Oh,
I'm on the thing. They can hear you. Just wait.
I want
Can
to.
I?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Sorry. Oh, I was just wanted to say that boundaries should be set um through all the cast members because I think the children should have never come into play. Like all the children, Monster, Sugar Mama, even when Wanda talked about the host children's their hair, all of that to me was like really like big enough. None of the other cast members came to defend, and say, hey, let's do a timeout and let's just not go that route. And then the last thing I want to just say real quick, um, do you guys remember at the reunion how Marceau ran over to aid Melody when Martell and him blew up, and now all of a sudden Melody is his like worst enemy? Like I don't get like how he was over there aiding her, bringing her wine or whatever, and now all of a sudden he can't stand her like her let's stand and look at her. I'm confused with that whole part.
that's
Melody cut their
because
Because
water
that's because
off.
they went on their family trip.
She cut their water
They
off.
went on a family trip right after they got through filming it, and he thought they're gonna get back together. And
no,
she
she's
didn't
talking
know
about
that.
No, no, I
Marcel.
said Marceau. Marceau. I'm talking about Marceau. When Melody and Martell had the big fight, and Tisha
In
didn't even know
Vegas.
that Marceau ran over there to help Melody. She was crying. That's what I'm talking about. Like, why now he has this big thing against Melody? That's what I'm confused with.
Because his big
Oh,
mouth, big
okay.
headed wife got on him about going over there to that
Yep.
lady's house, and she feels like somebody want her husband. But I'm gonna keep telling you across all platforms, whether it's mine or somebody else, and they allow me up here. We both shop at Lane Bryant. You just like me gotta wash our bras in cold water and let them air dry. So I don't want to hear two words from you because you had your shapewear on and you was real upset because you couldn't breathe. So now
And
you want to
Melody like
fight
men with
He
somebody.
teeth.
couldn't breathe.
Melody like men with teeth, so her husband is safe.
But I think the one thing that we're kind of all overlooking, like a lot of people are trying to figure out what happened first, the chicken or the egg. And whether we like it or not, Martell and Mel were the it couple,
Mm-hmm.
period. Now I don't know about it all of Huntsville, but I'll say definitely within their circle, they had everything that the Scots pretend to have right now. And so when you look at what's going on with what's been happening, there's always been that jealousy there. Tisha's always, and when it comes down to Marceau and Tisha, I think that they admire Melody, but people can admire you and be jealous of you at the same time. She's
Yep, they
jealous of
sure
Mel, but she
can.
wants to do everything Mel is doing. There is no way that the average, I don't want to say the average person, but a lot of people don't have the ability to bounce back from this kind of public humiliation the way Mel has. If that was
Yep.
Tisha, Tisha would fall apart right
He would have
before our
folded.
eyes. She would pull a Arion, just like Arion did on social media about 2 months ago. She
And
Tisha
doesn't have
still
it in
trying
her.
to get Martell to recant the 20 girlfriend comment. Y'all ain't noticed that? That's what
Yep.
that whole sit down was for.
Oh yeah, we noticed
That's
it,
Yes,
and
it
all
I
that
know,
was
was.
for. She
and I
just want
noticed
him
Martell,
to
and I
take that
noticed
back.
Martell didn't take it back either.
No, he
He
didn't
didn't
take
take
it
it back.
back.
Mm.
No, because there was nothing to take back. And that's the reason why I get tired of them dancing around it. And what makes me upset with Mel is at this point, sis, whatever you know, go ahead and say that. I'm getting, you know what? All this playing nice and I don't want
It's
to
that
put it out there.
respectability stuff. That respectability. They need to stop. They need to stop with that.
I mean,
yeah.
I understand being respectable, but it's like as much as y'all bring it up, all the little laughing, the passive aggressive. Oh, he hasn't cheated. I didn't know that. I thought he was so faithful. I mean, please. I have dates, names, and times. And I would just go ahead and put it on out there, and I would let them know. And Martell might have had it wrong with 20, but here's at least two I can tell you about. Now give him a call.
I would have been burnt them all down.
That's
Like,
what I'm talking about. That's I would have done that too. I mean, especially you come out the me and mine's, come out to me and my family all the time. Talking about you need to take a DNA test, baby. You need to go get checked.
I think it's
Exactly.
also
And
important
then
to note too that because I've seen in the comments a lot since last night. Well, why didn't Mel this? They need to behave more maturely. Everybody was being immature. Mel should have called up Tisha when she said the comments about her children's hair over a year ago. She did call up Tisha and she did say, "Hey, we're both black mothers and we're raising our girls, and all this anti-black stuff is not cool because we want them to have pride and not have self-esteem issues." And Letitia responded, "Oh, well, that doesn't sound like my mom. That doesn't sound like anything my mom would do."
Yeah, she
And Wanda
definitely
Did.
continued
denied
to
it.
talk about those kids on
she
live.
said, yep,
Now, this
Sure
time when
did.
I address you, I got to cuss you out. I can't go through your daughter to get you to calm down.
And actually, you know what? You bring up a good point because I don't know if
exactly.
it was 2 seasons ago, but Mel was actually on a bit of an apology tour with Tisha because that was the season that Tisha and her cousin Kiki had the little Brown Girl Foundation event. And Mel brought Sugar Mama. She came there. She was trying to be supportive. She was like, okay, Tisha, let's put everything behind us. And then Tisha tells the woman, I think it's BS. Now, don't get me wrong. Tisha's entitled to feel however she wants to feel. But at the same time, I think the problem with Tisha and the problem I have with her is at what point, what olive branch will work? And it seems like you really don't, you want this person to grovel and kiss your behind. That's what you
Tisha
did
just
to
don't like
Martell last
Mel.
That's
week.
It's
my
nothing
plug
Mel
up.
can do. Tisha
No,
don't like her.
and you know
Period.
something, and I'm gonna be honest.
She don't.
Tisha don't like Mel, and Mel don't like Tisha. And I
Period.
really wish that Mel would just say it. I wish Tisha would
Well,
just
she's
say it.
pretty
Girl,
much
we don't
said
do
it.
it.
She
She not.
said it. She
But you know,
shows
She
them.
not gonna
she
blatantly
feels
no,
like
say it.
she's
but
not gonna blatantly say it, but I need you to say it like this. No, ma'am, you know what? There is no reconciliation. I know we work together. That's what everybody I break the fourth wall. We gotta be work castmates, but I don't like her. I don't like her. I'm not going to like her. I can be cordial, and that is it. I'm not interested in the fact that we are sorority sisters or castmates. I don't do her at all. Hard
but here's
Nope.
stop.
the thing: if she
Yes,
Now,
was to say, like
point
honestly,
blank. You make the exact. You hit the nail on the head with that.
I,
Don't be trying to be fake with me. Look, we can be cordial, and that's it. And I don't need you to like me, and I don't have to like you. But we can't be cordial to do our job on this show.
That's right, because that's the same thing we all have to do when we go to work. We all have coworkers and people that we don't particularly care for, and that doesn't mean you have to be rude and ignorant. What that means is I don't do you. We don't cook and clean. We're not hanging out. We're not doing a happy hour. We're not exchanging kids' first day of school pictures. We're not doing any of that. But we understand as adults and professionals how to be respectful in the same place.
She said cook and clean.
but here's the, and I wholeheartedly agree about just say that you don't like the lady and keep it pushing. But there's a point in Mel being a people pleaser And taking in what the public has to say about the entire situation, if she was to come out and just say, you know what, I don't like you, you're not my cup of tea, I don't want to be around you, we co-workers, we have to be around each other for work, that's it, that's all, then you have a person who likes to play the victim in the mix.
Right. And I
because
think
Tisha,
you're
because
right.
Exactly. So
Tisha does like to play the victim. So if she was to say all of that and just say, and I'm wiping my hands of the entire situation, we would get a scene of, or we'll be on get the social media edition of it. I don't know why she doesn't like me. I don't know what's going on, like it, and crying and all that stuff. So she damned if she did, she damned if she does. Because at the end of the day, she's always going to be the bad guy to everybody.
And
Yep.
The
because
only
and,
thing,
and
only thing I can
yes.
say I didn't like about this episode, and I can definitely dislike. Only thing I didn't like, and I can say when Destiny was white, when Mel walked up in there, you just ain't gonna say hi to me. You just gonna walk in my store. I ain't gonna say nothing to me. You can at least say hi there. I'm here
She
to
did.
support you, my
she
sister.
talked to
She
her.
She
spoke to
did
her.
speak to
Hi,
her.
Yeah,
She
it
charmed.
Destiny.
was.
She said,
She
"Hi,
charmed.
Destiny," and
Yes,
Destiny
she
Destiny
turned her
too busy
head.
had her face balled up to even pay or
yes.
acknowledge Mel
Her
to
and
even
Miss
hear
Van spoke to
anything. And
her.
she
I mean, at
spoke
least give her
to
a hug. I
TV
mean,
that
just
was
give
standing
her a
right
hug.
there by
Don't
her.
give.
Oh
I
no,
mean, for
they
me,
not
I mean,
they
for
not
me,
cool enough for a hug.
I guess for me, us used to be. Yeah, I know we on the outs right now, but I'm here to support you, and I'm gonna give you a little fake little hug right now while we on camera, and just let's
I ain't
move
doing
on.
all that.
Because
But
I didn't
Stop,
like the
stop.
Destiny's
way
energy, though,
I
Destiny
didn't like
wasn't
the way
giving
they did
approachable
Stormy.
Oh,
energy.
need some
I didn't
sage
like the
over
way they
there.
did Stormy. I didn't. Like she said, well, he gonna. I don't want Storm up in here. I don't want no problems. I'm like, girl, she
But that's
come in to
exactly
support
what
you.
Stormy tried to do, and Destiny was still giving her stank, nasty energy. Nothing about Destiny was approachable in that moment. So I can't fault them for not going up to her and being like, hey, I know we got beef, but I'm happy. I know how much work you put into the store, so on and so forth. Destiny needs to grow up. Again, I said
Mm-hmm.
this
She
earlier.
definitely do.
We've seen this exact same scenario on a different show. Contessa showed up to Dr. Heavenly's beauty supply lunch and she was not invited. And when Contessa came in throwing little shots, Heavenly conducted herself like a businesswoman because guess what? I put money into this and I needed to be a success. I don't have time to play games with you.
Yep.
Hey, did Destiny did Stormy take the Gucci bag out the car? Because I thought she gave it to her mother when she said she couldn't
No,
come
she
in. Did she
brought
give it?
she gave it to her. She brought the
Oh, she
flowers
wound
in
up
the little,
giving it to her. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she brought the flowers in the little
And
Gucci
then
bag that was stolen. And
I watched Stormy's live yesterday, and she said that she had that gift um right before Jalen's housewarming party. She had been bought it because she said after the event she felt some type of way. She felt bad about how everything played out at the Gallons Times. I think that's what it was.
yeah,
And
Valentine's
she had
Day.
been bought it, but she didn't know that they was going to sit down and have that conversation, so she didn't bring it that time. That's why she brought it with the grand reopening. So
Child, that's a great
that's what Stormy said.
closing it. That is a for TV business only. The women already down to the Huntsville who do hair said that, and I'm low key upset because I was trying to be as unbiased as possible. I do this thing where I take a look at all like the businesses from like the reality people, right? And I was like, I'm gonna be unbiased, even though it's like I've said it multiple times. She's not my cup of tea, and I'm looking on this website and looking at her business, and it's just like kind of give like constructive criticism, but it's just like a lot of this stuff like we see that you don't take your business seriously on television, but to know based off your website that you don't take your business seriously either, because once again I'm trying to figure it out in my head and maybe y'all can tell it to me. How does one have applications to apply to rent out the salon suites if she can't build the
Mm,
salon suites
I
because she
believe.
doesn't own that building? Somebody make that make sense to me.
Well, that's the
The
same way she
applications are
can't
on the
come.
website.
Yes, the applications for like to work at Madani is on her website, and the applications to rent out the salon suites are on her website.
Now,
I'm
see, you
sorry,
about to
but
get something
Wow.
started. Last
sorry.
week
Go
when
ahead.
we tried to
Yeah.
say Destiny don't be on point when it comes to the business, they soar
Mm,
up and down. Me and you was millimeters, and we was just
yep.
criticizing Destiny because we fans of Mel. Even though I said Destiny don't know what she's doing.
No,
And
she
listen,
clearly
I
does
did
not.
this. and I did this. This was before this, like yesterday's episode happened. I had been like, did because it was already planned, already set up. It's a whole series where I'm looking at all the businesses, and people were telling me, oh, it's gonna be like a 5 minute thing. It was an hour, but
Okay,
I'm
definitely.
going through every single thing. But it's just like what confused me was I know I heard these people say you can't build salon suites in this building because you don't own the building and you have application for salon suites, and then you also have, well, you have salon suites and you could do yoni steaming, you could do hair, you could do nails, you could do this, you could do that. And it's just like I don't get how you are able to do that when there are no salon suites. And I'm also not understanding who would want to get a yoni steaming in a beauty supply store. I don't care if it's a salon suite in the back. Who wants to have yoni steamings in a beauty supply store?
So
That is not
Destiny is coming off
sanitary.
like a real scammer. For you to say that there's
Yes.
applications online, she probably was low key getting people to
Pay their
charge for the application
deposits.
to move and pay a deposit, and that's what she was using to bank her money. But
Shout out
since
to
you
the free
said,
tress hair that was behind the counter because that was the only hair I saw. The free
well,
tress
since
hair
you
was
Ladies,
Child,
free.
that was
ladies
Amy
and
hair in a
gentlemen,
different daggone bag.
Scotty by
What's
nature,
the in her
Scotty by
station? I didn't see
nature.
none.
ho, ho,
Excuse
ho,
me. Excuse
hold
me.
on, what?
Just
Just
hold on
one
1 minute.
second.
You go back talking. The Scotty by nature. I'm gonna have to cut off for a minute. I have something else I have to do right quick. And
Okay.
say bye to y'all. It's been wonderful being up here with y'all.
Hi.
Wonderful
Hi.
Nice,
being with
Hi.
nice
women and
talking to
ladies and
you.
gentlemen. And I will see y'all next week. Okay.
All
Bye.
Bye.
right.
Have a good
Come back
Bye.
tomorrow for the panel.
I will. Love
All
y'all.
right.
Well, since you looked
Okay,
at
it is currently 355 people in
oh,
the
that's
chat. We have 137 likes. Please like the video as you come in. Shout out to Yakratis who's in the building moderating as well. And there is one more spot left. I know somebody was trying. I know there were people that were trying to get in, but it was already filled up already. But there's one more spot left. If you want to come get it, you better get it now. Go ahead, y'all.
Hey, Scotty.
Can
Okay.
I want to just start from the beginning to the end, and then I'll join in when y'all talk. So I want to start with when um Stormy came in. Stormy, when she basically had sent her one employee outside to tell her that she wasn't invited. The
mm-hmm.
thing of it is with me with Destiny when it comes to that, Destiny, even before they came, it's like she knew they was coming or something because her energy was off the whole time. It was just she had
It's
a bad attitude towards everything that was going on and was pretending like she was happy. When Martell brought up Mel name, it's like she instantly, it was just like she just had this aura about her. So with that, I already knew that when they came, that it was going to be an issue, regardless. I already knew that. What, excuse me, sorry. What Destiny did was very unprofessional. She is don't have no kind of business sense about her because
I
regardless
agree.
if you deal with deal with anybody or not, at the end of the day you still at work, you at your business, and you still
Right.
working with a cast that you do not get along with, so you have to suck that up and put a smile on your face and keep it moving. You going to the back talking about where's my dad at, where's my dad at, what your dad finna come out there and fight somebody or something? Like, what are you doing?
But
What are
the
you
thing is,
doing?
you
That
bring
took me
a good point
down.
about her being a professional, but we've kind of all talked over this. This is not a real business for her. So she didn't
mm-hmm.
think about that. And not only no, seriously, because if you
It's
really
not.
understood your business, and not only that, but she's not mature. The emotional
I agree.
intelligence on some of these people and the lack of professionalism is astounding. Because Stormy, as hood as she is, she played that beautifully when the woman walked
She said
outside.
as good as
She
she
said she is hood as I don't know what. And she had a moment where you could see it on her face where she said, now, should I click out on her right now or should I just be a professional because I got a brand? And she said, oh, I can't come in, no problem. Give her these flowers. Tell her I'm come in peace. And look, congratulations. And she was about to leave. And that's
I'm
the way
telling you.
to do it. Destiny
Can we
was sitting
expand
there.
on the business part really quick, guys?
Sure.
I because again, I'm petty. They said I was a millimeter because I said she didn't know what she was doing. They said it right here
Yep.
on this live,
Said it to
Scotty.
both of us.
And all I'm saying is you already have this business. This is a relaunch. why is it that you didn't have a food vendor with a big following in that parking lot? Wanda was not going to bring enough bodies to the parking lot. Why
I
didn't you
agree.
get a local influencer to come, or a hair vendor to come in? I don't know, get one of the local hairstylists to install wigs in the store. Get more people. She just doesn't know what she's doing. And I think she was
She
mad
don't.
because that store was bald headed like it always is. And then
Very bald headed.
and Melody. She
Was
was
there
mad because
even
that
hair
store was
in the
empty and
store?
she put all that time and money into relaunching the business, and it's the same amount of people in there that's always in there.
No
Can
one.
I add on to
That
that?
is crazy.
First of
Scotty,
all,
was there even hair in the store? Yes.
it was. Let me
It
Somebody
was
went
It
down
was
Free
like
tress
one.
crochet hair, some free
somebody went
tress
down the street to
crochet.
the
it
other
was
Yeah,
in now. I
side
ain't gonna
and
sit up
bought it.
here and lie now. It was some
Okay.
here in the
the
store. I told
caveat
y'all
was the
when I
one
did
with
my
him.
live, I told y'all I did my live last night and I did say the store was fully stocked. It was fully stocked now, but that's because nobody is coming in there. So of course it's
Yes.
gonna be fully stocked.
So
well, the angle the
I wanted to
cameraman
expand
showed,
on
it
what
looked
Too
like that
Feisty
store was
said.
empty.
I wanted to expand on what Too Feisty said because they were show calling me and Melanie the last week, and it's just like, child, I don't stand nobody. I know where the word stand comes from, and I'm not that. But this girl, you get upset with Stormy. First of all, Stormy's husband is me. This is a waste of my time. We could have been doing something completely different. Okay, that's me. This is a waste of time. Mama get back in the truck. Stormy handing flowers and that little gift over. Let's go. We're gonna go get some real good food and not be here. It was a waste of all of our time.
Go get a good cocktail.
Right. The reason her attitude was off is because, and here's the thing that people like, that's not the reason. That wasn't the reason, and it irritated me. Like before last week's episode was supposed to come on as to why Mel would even show up, and I have been saying this since May. It was an all cash shoot day. So the
Exactly.
reason Destiny's attitude was completely off when anybody mentioned Mel's name, and I'm not talking about Melanika, who can't lie to save her life when it comes to her in the BDI troll situation. I'm talking about the Mel that everybody blames for all hell and damnation and said that she's the end of times and she's the reason why Eve ate the apple.
Oh,
Her energy was off. Is that they blame that lady for everything? Child, they blame her for stealing their lunch money back in 1948, and it'd be
no,
like, well,
ma'am.
she's not that old to be stealing your lunch money
Mm-mm.
from back then. But her energy was off because she knew it was an all cash shoot day, and she wasn't gonna get that type of time when they pulled up because nobody truly pays attention to her and what she has going on. Now, when it
That
comes
was
to
her
your whole
time to
conversation,
shine.
And
yeah, it
that's
was your
what she
moment to
should have done.
shine. It was your moment to have your business A1 and already together and have like the best vendors. You can find you can find influencers who live in Huntsville on TikTok. Do you know how many influencers, hairdressers? I just saw a hairdresser
Girl,
do
you know what, Ricardo? Okay, so look, I'm sorry, got to cut you off, but you just made an excellent point. Here's the
A
thing:
valid point.
Destiny could have gone back to the YouTubers that she already interviewed with.
Mhm.
Perfect example.
I'd have even called Messy
Perfect
Marcella out
example.
there.
Bundy was at Melody's skincare lunch.
Yep.
Thank you. I mean, that is when you really want to push a message today. And I think Too Feisty, you said it as well. Ma'am, I agree. She does not know what she's doing. But y'all, I'm going to go ahead and take it from another perspective. Not only as a businesswoman, again, Destiny does not know how to play. She don't know how to play at all. The last thing I'm going to ever let a heifer do is
Is
think I am bothered or pressed.
let
Mhm.
me
It,
see.
I'm
Yep,
not
see
even
you
gonna
sweat.
ever let, and especially when you come into my house, sis, I'm
I
not
place of
coming in
business
yours.
exactly.
So at this point, if it's an all cast day, and I know all y'all get on my nerves, I'm gonna tell you the petty, empowered heifer in me will never let you see me looking
Nope.
upset because you showed up. If somebody's
Right,
gonna be uncomfortable, it's gonna be you because you're in
you.
my presence, not me because you're
Mhm.
mine. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of that. When Mel would have came in, hi Destiny. Hey, Mel, girl, thank you for coming. Look, come over here and look, buy my store now. Come on, get your millimeters to come on and buy my stuff now. Get on
Hold on one
live.
second. Hold
That's
on
what
one
I would
second,
have
D.
done.
Hold on one second. Not to cut you off. I'm just letting you guys know that if I get quiet, I'm going to take a call real fast. So y'all hold it down for the next 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, we got you. You know how
Okay.
we
Okay,
do.
we
Tell
got
Scott.
Oh,
But that's
They
oh,
what I
gotta
would have
Scotty.
done. You didn't play that thing right, Destiny. Instead of you being mad and scowling and all in the corner, even with shoot, even with Stormy, I'd have been so welcoming or whatever, and I'd have been real about it. Girl, you know what? I'm so surprised to see you. I know you and I still got to talk, but I appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. And when you gonna put your stuff in my store? You saying nothing in here?
Right.
Go on and bring some products to my
Mhm.
store now. Come on. And I'd have
Yeah.
Mhm.
put her
And
on
she
her.
was
Oh, just
You
that's
know
and
where
what?
her
I'm at.
attitude was turning off. Even if a person walked in, they would have turned around anyway because it's like, what in the world? I don't even much want to go in there and shop just from random because they said it was an open door. I guess like for everybody to come.
A
I would
public
have came
event.
in there and looked around and been like, "Who's the owner?" If she's sitting over there arguing and hooping and hollering, rolling her eyes,
I would have
I would
left.
have walked out anyway. You
Mm.
losing
Yep.
Exactly.
potential customers anyway with your attitude. Nobody don't
And
want to deal with that.
it's really really bad because my thing is you sitting on a cast with members of the Chamber of Commerce right there in Huntsville. You don't think I'd have been on the phone with Tiffany saying, "Hey Tiffany, I'm reopening my store. Can you bring some of your, get this out to your network and help me pass the word around to other business owners to come and support me?"
That
But you
girl
know
don't know
Look,
nothing
what?
about
I
business.
have to agree with you, Diva. Like, even I would have approached Mel. I've been like, look, Mel, I know we're not getting along, but you have a new skincare line. I have a hair store. Bring your skincare line and put it in the store.
That's right.
Can I say
Even
Exactly.
if,
Yep,
if she
that's
had
true.
samples to put at the front of the
Yep, that's
register, she could have
true.
did
I
that.
know.
can I say
Can
this
I?
Yep,
too
that's
real
true.
Oh,
quick?
go ahead.
I don't
Go
want to
ahead.
put this because I feel like this cast relies a little too much on Mel as it is to get their
Yeah.
businesses together.
Right.
But I want to say this: she already had a challenge anyways because you have to get permission to show people's products on television, and that's why you
That's
can see
hard.
some of the things blurred out in the background. So they were only going to be able to film that beauty supply store at one angle so that they wouldn't catch too many items in the store. But that's why
Hmm.
she should have had some other stuff going on. Like I said, a perfect example how Heavenly did Heavenly Beauty. Okay, well I can't show the products, but I'm gonna give you a fashion show. I'm gonna have these people in here talking about the hair and the quality of the hair.
Yeah.
Destiny does not
You
do
could have had a lash lady
boom.
in there. You could have had a makeup artist in there. You could have
Yeah.
had so many things.
Or a
Anybody.
spa thing. Like she said, she's trying to do like the whole yoni or thing. You could have had that going on, but she
Or
just
have a
Or even
promotion.
selling the
You buy two
material to the
bundles, you get
yoni
a bundle
stuff.
free.
In a quarter mile,
yeah,
turn right
exactly.
onto US 46 East.
Yeah. She really wasn't
Have
thinking about it.
vendors
Could
and
have done that
shoot.
because unfortunately she was so busy debugging and being ignorant. And that's why I said before, just son of development. You missed an entire
Offer
opportunity.
certain discounts. Do like a college student day where they get a certain percentage off. Do a military service day. Veterans Day is coming up. Be like, hey, veterans, wives of veterans come in. You get a certain percentage off. You got a network.
Correct. And not only that, but
Exactly.
Exactly.
this is where you bring in your real family and friends that
Continue
are
on
not
US
worldly
Okay.
46
close to come
East
in
for
and
2
support you.
miles.
I think I
She's
need
too
to. Do she got a
reliant
PO
on
box?
this
Because I
show.
might need to send her. I'm sorry. Do
She's
she
too
got a PO
reliant
box?
on
Because
this
I might
show
need to
and being
send
black
her.
owned, her business being black owned. That's what it is. She thinks people are just going to come because she's black woman owned. No, you got to put the
No.
work in.
She thinks people are gonna come because she's the first black owned. That's what she always stressed. She's the first black owned.
Well,
We
she's
No,
all
already
she's
done
remember,
that.
not.
The
we
first
all
Mhm.
know why
black
we go to the
rent
hair store.
because
We
she
got
don't own
kids.
it.
I
The
mean,
But
but
first
as
the
black
thing
rent.
is,
She sure don't
Yeah.
own it.
she doesn't she doesn't even act like it. And that's actually what sets Mel apart, I think, from all of them. The fact that you can see the passion that she has for her products and her services. Her
Right.
property preservation class, you can tell that's how she and Marcel made their first million and their millions after that. You look at her skincare line. Mel is always hustling. She is always, but she believes in her products. When you look
They
at
don't use
exactly,
the
you got to
social
believe in
media.
what
None of
you're
them use their
selling.
social
Fact.
media platforms.
That they
I have a
clearly
question. Have
um,
you guys ever been on Stormy's website for Canvas Beauty?
yes.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
was
Guys,
buying
I
her
thought it
products
was
before
so
I even
cute.
know that that was her
But
products. I've
I
been
had
buying her
just
And
products.
they
I
seen
didn't
are
even know
so
that was
when
good
hers.
too.
P Valley was still on, and she had that
Destiny
whole pink
has no
theme
business
for her
ethic.
products, and she had like a whole promotion, and it was all like P Valley theme for
Yeah.
like it was like
Yep.
the pink and P. The girls who know what they're doing are the ones that's successful.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
They're going to get that
I'm a
coin.
They don't use social
I'm a
media
send
platforms.
her the
All of them.
blueprint.
They use that. The thing
Yep.
is,
I'm
they use them the wrong way.
Yep.
They use them the wrong
Even
way.
Black, even Black, Martell, all of them. When it comes to social media, they do not. They don't execute at all. They use it for the
No.
No,
wrong
no, they not.
reasons.
Well, the thing about it is, even if you want to sit up there and say you hate Mel, while y'all were calling her the post queen, real talk, if you pay attention to her, she's giving you what you need if you just
She
watch
gives
her.
the blueprint.
Yep.
She gives
Yeah,
the
she's giving you
blueprint.
what you need if you just watch her.
That's true.
And we know you're doing that. So you need to get
Yeah,
on
Exactly.
exactly.
those.
Using her songs and everything now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even knock the girl. I sit back, and while there's a lot that I could take or leave where she's concerned, I'm not gonna knock the fact that she is a marketing genius on
Yes,
her
she
own.
is.
That is
Yeah,
a
her
marketing
PR
queen.
person is excellent. Her PR person is great.
Yeah, I mean, she had, but I
Yeah, she
think
got a good
even
team around
before
her.
she was able to
Yep,
afford her own PR person, you could look
yep,
at how Mel used to push her mimosas with Mel, the things that she was
yep.
doing. I have to give that girl's go getter spirit, and I said this last week.
And she
All of
has,
them
and
are
her
And
public
jealous
this,
of.
speaking is, and her public speaking is great. Like she really can get the audience in.
Right. And I think
that's
that's
true.
that
That's
all
what,
of them are jealous of is that some people are just born with an it factor. And whether
exactly.
you like Mel or you don't like
Yep,
Mel, the girl has an
exactly.
it factor about her. And quite frankly,
Yep,
she's the only person on the cast that has it.
Yeah,
She
she does
yep.
put the B in business.
yeah, she's the
She
only
does.
person that has it. And the thing is, so she was, the whole cast, including her ex-husband, were jealous and are jealous of the fact that she just has a star quality that I give her mom credit for nurturing as a child. So she
And
was
she's
Right.
only doing
confident.
what she
And she's
was.
very confident.
Yes, and I'm gonna say, speaking of Miss Van, I love how Miss Van pays Wanda dust. Wanda is chomping at the bit to get at Miss Van so bad,
Exactly.
and she wants Miss Van to come down there and
The
play
slight right
around with
onto the J
Miss Van
Avenue.
keeps
But
letting her
Van
know, I
is
shall not.
Miss Van
I shall not.
is ignorant.
Exactly.
I loved it when she was, and the thing is, she kept telling Mel the other
In
day, and I thought it
1,000
was
feet, turn
wonderful how
only
Miss
on the
Van
3rd
told
Street.
her. She said, "Well,
But
your
if
mom is right there. She need to be speaking." And I don't know where people start drawing these lines about who can talk to who. I don't care. I don't care about all of that. If you're a man coming at me wrong as a woman, I don't need my man to stand up and say anything for me. I know how to speak for myself. Just like
right,
vice versa. Or if my mom
take
is
the
standing
next
there,
right
well,
onto 3rd Street.
just because your mother said something doesn't mean I'm not gonna say something directly to your mama. I'm gonna be as respectful as she'll allow me to be, but I can speak for myself. But
But
that
see,
whole issue of, oh, your mama need to say this and that, no, she doesn't need to
continue
say
on
a
3rd
word. I
Street
love
for
how
half
Miss
a
Van
mile.
said she got it. She can handle herself. And I think that was also, if y'all caught that low key read Miss Van was giving her,
Oh,
my
she
daughter can take care of
did
herself. I
that.
know yours
Yes,
can.
I heard that. Yes, she did.
Yes, I heard that.
Miss Van did that, and it was so subtle. To be honest, Wanda still don't know today. That's what happened to her 2 or 3 months ago.
But if
But I
Wanda
will
was,
say this
but
though,
if
when
Wanda,
Wanda ran up, Miss Van pulled Mel behind her, like, you're not about to sneak up on my daughter like that.
I loved it.
Right.
I loved it, and that look that's what I
Mhm.
loved about it is the fact that if it had not been for her mama being there, Martell wouldn't have caught it because nobody else
Yep.
was
She would have.
watching her.
Yep. They probably would have dumped her.
No, but not
Yep.
for nothing.
And did y'all see Bernard?
I think I
But
think
she,
that
but she,
Miss
when Mel approached Bernard,
Yes, no,
Wanda
somebody
need
was
to
talking.
focus on her
Oh,
I'm
own
I'm
just
sorry.
glad
business.
that I'm glad that Mel called everybody to task about the things that they had been saying on the internet. Because when people were saying, "Well, she only came there to start messing," that when else was she gonna see? What other opportunity would she have had to address that?
Mrs.
Never,
Reed, I
because
think
they
you're
don't
having
want to
connection
film.
issues because you're going in and out, and it's causing a little disturbance to the audio.
Hold on.
Okay, who is the connection issue?
I think it's Mrs. Reed.
Okay.
But I agree, you can't
They going out.
disrespect somebody and then tell them how loud they could be how control the volume of how they return the disrespect.
Right.
Disrespect matches disrespect. If
Yeah.
you talk about my kids, if you talk about my finances and my husband, game on. All bets are off.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
see, this is the thing too. It's like, and this has been my issue. I know somebody said earlier about they need to set boundaries and enforce them. The Scots set their boundaries. Just a week ago, all Miss Van did was post a picture of Letitia, and it turned into World War III amongst their whole family. We was going back and forth with Mark right here in the chat over one picture. I'm saying, again, Tiffany, to this day, Tiffany still gets heat and nasty attitude from Kimmy from time to time because she made one comment about Monster when she first came on the show.
That's
This was
true.
over a year ago. So you guys have clearly made it clear this is off limits. Marcella said itself, if you come for my marriage, I'm dot, 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 dot. So I don't understand the grandstanding and the gaslighting when this woman is upset about the commentary made about her child.
Oh well. Well,
Thank
that's
you.
simple. I can do it, but you can't do it. It's not about the boundaries, but the boundaries only apply to y'all when it comes to
Yes.
me. And then when you try to remind me of how hypocritical I am, then I move the goalpost so it no longer applies to either one of us.
And
That's
I
how.
want to be clear too. When she got interviewed by Scotty on this very channel, she said out of her own mouth, I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. If she says something about my child, Letitia, I'm going to say something about her children.
That's right.
She
And
That
it's
doesn't find what she does wrong.
unfortunately that's what's bad about it
And
is the
that's the
fact that you
problem.
don't find what you and
yeah,
you are dead wrong. You are loud, strong, and wrong. That's how wrong you are.
One, because Tisha's a grown
exactly.
woman that can fight her battles, and if Tisha don't want to get into a war, you shouldn't start one.
No, but see, that's the whole
Exactly.
thing. She never worries about that because it's not even about Tisha. And I don't remember what influencer said this, but unfortunately, Wanda competes with her own daughter because she honestly, I think Ricardo always calls Wanda her big sister. Wanda honestly thinks that she is a young woman. I think she's trying to recapture some time. She doesn't, she really thinks that this isn't about
She,
Tisha. Honestly, she's just messy and ignorant.
And
And
that's
she's
she's
true.
not
type to be
comfortable.
jealous of
Mhm.
other women. She just doesn't like Mel because you think you the head honcho of this show. I don't care if you did start this show. I'm better than you. My daughter is better than you. People like your mama, but people always got stuff to say about me. So I'm just gonna come in. It don't even be a reason. It could be a random Wednesday. She's gonna bring up Melody in one of them lives.
But you know what? She's
She
jealous
treats
of Melody.
Melody
She's jealous.
the way
She's
she
jealous.
is.
She's very, and
Remember
it really
how
doesn't go any further than that. She's jealous of Melody and Miss Van's prototype. So it really
She's
doesn't
jealous of women in
Melody.
general. She treated
it,
Kiki the same exact
I
way.
was just gonna say
She's
that.
jealous of
That's
other
how
women
she
and she
did
raised
Kiki
Letitia
and
to
Tisha.
compete against other
Mhm.
women.
Yeah,
She
and
mad because Kiki put out the real truth about Marceau that we all been figuring out for since first season. Birds of a feather flock together.
but you know, the other reason she's mad too is when you look at what she talked about with Kiki, it was about opportunities. Kiki's mama had some class, and I can tell you right now, without even knowing the woman, when she had Kiki and she looked over there and realized what she slept with and had a child and the family she had a child into, she kept Kiki away for a reason because Wanda is ignorant. She doesn't like women that have sense. She's jealous, she's insecure, she feels like they're judging her, and we are, and she always wants to get ahead of it because she feels like she's not on the level, and you're not. That's really all it is. She's an old, bitter, jealous woman who is looking at other women as competition all the time.
And
That's the
I
she
reason.
agree.
better
She
get her
does
mama
have
in
that.
order. They got a
She
good
does
one with
have that.
Mel. They got a good one with her. A lesser woman would have popped her and her mama. She
And I
better get her
That's
Long
mama in
true.
time
order. If
ago.
they ever bring somebody on this cast that don't have as much to lose as Mel and got less patience, they gonna put their hands on her.
exactly,
And
exactly,
even if you have a business and you are set up in the way that Mel is, everybody have a breaking point. At some
absolutely.
point, you gonna get tired. And I
Hmm.
noticed that when Mel was like, "Y'all been talking about me for a whole
Year.
year."
Yep.
I
Exactly.
seen it, like she was mad, and she have every right to be mad because if you talking on me, don't say my child, my children, my kids. You as a mother, the children you brought it. Don't even bring my kids in the rim of anything when it's dealing with me and you. That's between me and you. And
That's
I
right.
everybody keeps
agree.
saying that she got that from Martell. If she would have watched that interview that Martell did with Dr. Heavily, Martell classified he was not talking about Sugar Mama. He was talking about when Mel got pregnant when they had a split. He was talking about something totally different when she had an abortion for a different pregnancy. He was not talking about Sugar Mama, and he
What
made that
happened?
specific.
Okay,
So
But see,
Miss
even
so
that
Wanda don't
argument
even know
doesn't
what she
have
was
any
talking
logic.
about.
okay,
That
And you
so
know,
argument doesn't
even
even
if
have
Marcel,
logic because every other comment aside from the paternity comment, you who gave you the idea to talk about those kids' hair texture? Whose fault
because
is
that's that.
that?
And look,
her
and this would get that
Her
she's
pettiness.
ignorant like that. That is that culture. That's all you've got because you already know that your 3 chromosome daughter and your 2 chromosome son don't add up or match up to the likes of other people on that panel. She
so
knows
Sc-
it.
so Scott is talking about when the BDI trolling. If y'all don't know who that is, if you haven't heard me speak, that's Martell, but I don't speak that devil's name. The
Okay.
BDI troll. He and Dr. Heavenly had an interview, and he was insinuating because we know
Arizona tea. That's her name for me because she's cheap and unappealing. I said Arizona tea, not Arizona drink. Arizona tea. She's
We
cheap and
gotta make a
unappealing.
list at this point.
Cheap and unappealing, just
Okay.
like Arizona tea. And Arizona T and Mel, they were getting pregnant, but some people were having big A's. That's what I say, because I don't want to say nothing on nobody else's platform. They were having big A's. So by the time Mel, this was after Sugar Mama was born. By the time Mel was like, she done got her stuff, she done pulled a Tina Turner. All I want is my name, and I'm about to be up out of here. And she don't even want that. She had gotten pregnant again and had the big A because she didn't want another child with him, because she possibly felt like that child would force her to stay with him, and she was done. So he got up on Dr. Heavenly's platform when they had an interview and insinuated that, why would you get the big A if the child, like, insinuating that child that she had in a big A with was not his. But it's just like, sir, I don't believe nothing that comes out of your mouth. So it wasn't him insinuating that Sugar Mama wasn't his, because all them kids, unfortunately, look
Look just
like,
like them.
yeah,
Ears and
unfortunately,
They
all.
all do. Ears and all.
Girl, them
ears,
ears, child.
forehead,
Ooh-wee.
they look like a perfect mixture between their mama and their daddy. Unfortunately, he is their pappy. He was
Mm-hmm.
insinuating about the child she had the big A with, and they've been rolling with that ever
Mm-hmm.
since. No, nobody said anything to Wanda without the miss, and it was me who I say she's the jealous older sister,
That's
because
it.
just like Diva said, Mel can read, but she's not quick with it. You got to be quick with
And
it.
slick.
Quick and slick. You got to be quick and slick, and I'm both. Okay, quick
Mm.
and slick. If it was me and they said something, I've been like, well, you know what, Tisha, you should really feel some type of way about yourself, because your big jealous older sister, she didn't do any raising of you, and y'all both admitted it on this television show. So the lack of raising that was done for her, because the same people who raised you raised her, the lack of raising that they did of her is the same lack of raising they did for you. And the reason why she's always in your business is because she wants to be you. If she could jump in your
Watch it.
skin, she
Watch it.
would.
Ooh,
If
wait
she
a
could
minute. Wait
be,
a
if she
minute.
could have your life,
Hold up.
she would.
Wow. Wow.
Look,
Somebody, but let me tell you, baby, you
Ricardo.
done said something right there. She wants
Ric-
it. She wants it
Ric-
bad.
Ricardo, honestly, you brought up a valid point. Like, you over here worried about Mel and her kids when your husband had a big V behind your back and didn't even tell you.
Thank you.
Well,
Or
So,
or
you know what, y'all?
FYI.
Wow. But here's
or
the thing.
if you
Tisha knows that she gets on. I think that's what she gets on my nerves. One thing I don't like is people playing in my face and playing on my intelligence.
yes.
There you
That's what I
go.
was saying before when it came down to Mel. Don't get me wrong. I think that Mel takes the high road most of the time. But where people feel like she's fake is because we can clearly see certain things. Like, you don't like
Oh,
Tisha, some of this
facts.
stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then you play around like, oh no, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm above it. No, you're not. So go
No,
ahead
you're
and
not.
say
You
what you
petty.
have to say. And with Tisha, from that first season where she said, well, no, I've never experienced, she couldn't even get infidelity out. She knew she was lying, and everybody at that table knew she was lying. And that's the
Child.
reason why Mel looked at her. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. My mama used to say this, and I never thought I would ever see it in my life until I looked at this show and I lived a little bit longer. There are some women who are so wherever they are. I'm not gonna judge. I'm gonna just say wherever they are, that the nigga gotta leave you. You ain't
Yes,
got sense enough
Yes.
to go on
Yep.
about
I've
your
heard that
business.
too.
And literally, when my mama used to say that, I would look at her and I'm like, well, what is she talking about? And
Mm.
I don't call judgment
Prime
on why
example.
people saying that, but Tisha is a living, walking, breathing example
Testimony.
of that Negro would have to leave her. She's not going anywhere. And
Period.
Mm-hmm.
that's
No
what
matter what
makes
she
And
said.
even if he did, she would beg him to take her back.
she would. See, let me tell you, Dr. Heavenly said this one time, and I'm not saying this is the way I feel about it. It doesn't work in my house. But Dr. Heavenly said this one time about her and daddy. If daddy cheat, I mean, that's all right. We ain't getting divorced. I ain't leaving him.
Oh, you sound
She
like a
said that up front. And so what we know about Heavenly is, and actually the more I thought about it, I was like, girl, why would you let anybody know that that's how you moving? You giving this man permission, and you letting these women know
Or
what
maybe
it
he
is.
already has.
But and I was about to say that, but that's because Heavenly know what's going on in her house. She's made peace with that. And with Tisha, I feel like Tisha's whole thing is just don't embarrass me and have me out here. And I'm gonna say this too. I think Mel would have left eventually, but for this show. But I'm telling you, Mel took a whole lot and probably would have took more than that had this show not been running.
Mm-hmm.
And had that other little girl
Yeah.
not come up here
Mm-hmm.
pregnant. But after that, I don't think she would have stayed with him, indefinitely. I still think she would have left. But
Oh yeah.
Tisha's the type that everybody around Huntsville, and it's not that big, knows who Marceau is. They know who Maurice is. They know who Martell is. They know who Sadaric is. They know who all these trifling Negroes are. So, ma'am, your business has been in the street, but now it is on Jesus's interweb and the YouTube. So why don't you just go ahead and just say it? Look, I know who my husband is. She should have gave the Star Jones answer. I know everything I need to know about the man I'm married to, so y'all can really stop and let it go. That's telling us everything we need to know.
Oh,
I
and
have
while
to
we on
agree.
the topic, of everything her husband and his milkers looking like he about to breastfeed the whole world been doing, let's talk about Boom Boom Belinda in her green dress up in the
Oh, do we have to?
Oh,
we
not
got
boom,
to
boom,
we have
boom.
to talk about Boom Boom Belinda real quick, because if you
Oh
let the
yeah.
people tell it, Boom Boom Belinda in the green dress with her assets on display. And Miss Girl, you look good, okay? Not that green dress though. Not that green dress. You should have left that alone. You shouldn't have bought it. You should have left it on the rack where you found it. But if you let them people tell it, and it was evident when I went back and watched it, Belinda is supposed to be Destiny's friend, right? But every time Belinda got close to Destiny, Destiny walks off from her. Tisha won't go near the lady. And if you let the people tell it, Belinda was down there in Atlanta with the rest of the crew, and that is allegedly Busted Biscuit's new girl. If you let the people tell it.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
my.
I
Oh
mean,
hell.
and look, she's one of what? Where is she on the team?
Are we on
I don't know.
21?
I don't know.
I mean, that dirty D
To
Negro, he's
you, but
not be able to come and say hi to me. He is just disgusting to behold. Because at this point, you literally will screw anything.
I want him in his shapewear to get out of my face. That's what I want. I want him to put on a track bra and go
Speaking of
somewhere.
shapewear, I have a question about Toothless, guys. Real talk. I want to know if I read too much into it. When he was talking to Tisha and he was telling her, like, don't get in it because if something happens to you, then I'm going to jail and whatever, whatever. Do
He's
y'all
not
think
doing
he was talking about hidden mail? Because I watched
Yes,
that
He
scene
wouldn't
back
bust a
several
grape in a
He
times.
well.
would have busted
that's what he
grape.
was talking about.
I
That's what he
watched
was
that
talking
scene
about.
several times, and
yeah.
he didn't say anything specific in terms of pronouns, but in the confessional he referenced Martell. But my tongue is on fire. Martell wasn't doing anything for once. He
That,
wasn't giving aggressive energy. He wasn't saying anything. He was there, and anytime Mel would move forward, he would move her back. I don't even think he touched Wanda, so I couldn't understand why
No, you
he
didn't.
felt like in that moment watching Martell, his wife may have been it. To me, it's one of two things: either you know for a fact that Martell has put his hands on a woman before and you ain't playing that about your wife, or you weren't never talking about Martell. You just used him as a scapegoat to clean it up. You were telling Letitia, if Melody puts her hands on you, I'm going to jail because I'm gonna put my hands on her.
you know,
Okay, wait, wait, wait,
Martell
wait,
was
wait. Wait a
actually
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
I'm
minute.
wondering, maybe I'm reaching.
Um, Tia B. I need for you to say something, child.
I don't know. This is my first time on your channel,
Hey,
and I'm not a rude person. I'm trying to. I don't know when to jump in because, baby, when I start talking, okay, because I'm dragging that lady, and I have no filter. But I ain't
I'll
gonna
play
do
the
it on your
background. I
page.
just wanted to know what y'all thought about that moment. I'll
But you
play the
know that
background.
mother is jealous, and I wanted to jump in on that jealousy part because look how many seasons we don't watched her try to break up their marriage. That's a dirty lady. I'm ready
Facts.
for it. I'm doing my own video because I don't
facts.
care about
Big
Facts.
facts.
I'm doing
Big
my own
facts.
because she goofy. She need to be told like no sugarcoat. Now I'll talk about people's mother, but I'm talking about her mother tonight. You need to get your mother. She needs to get her
Yeah.
mother. Like now, it's getting old. Look how stupid she looked. She should be embarrassed to play that tape back. Running around a parking lot at your age, goofy,
Them legs
goofy,
wouldn't carry her far enough. That's why she couldn't
goofy.
get the
She
milk.
goofy. She
but
goofy.
she needed Bengay after that night. I know her
Mm,
bone be hurting.
she need
That
Epsom
lady
salt.
is goofy though. I don't even know. That's
You
the
know she
best
an
word.
ARP member.
But
Uh,
no, I can't take her. I can't.
I'm
I
so,
can't. And Ricardo, you
I,
were right.
but not only is she goofy though, y'all, but she's a coward. See, there are two
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I always look at when it comes to
Jealous and
She
insecure.
likes to throw a rock and hide her
Hide her
hand and act
hand.
as if
Mm-hmm.
she's innocent. And it's like, no, ma'am, no, God. You did those things. You were talking about other people's kids. And I'm surprised that she didn't get popped a long time ago for mentioning other people's kids.
She's
Because
got an upper hand.
that's just a line that you don't cross. You don't talk about people's husbands. You don't talk about people's finances. And
Yeah.
you don't talk about people's kids.
but
I
I
Until
think
she
wouldn't
gotta get
either.
her
Listen,
mother.
I
She
would
gotta
have
get her
popped
mother before somebody bang her mother in her teeth. She
but
gotta get her mother.
And hit her on account of her mother.
and the
Teacher,
other parts about that
teacher
is
around
that
there acting dizzy. What? 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 Mom, real? Like, girl, come on now.
She's so
I
You
dizzy.
know
know.
what
Wait,
your mama was about to do.
Tisha knows
Scotty.
what it's about, and she's
And
Yes.
she
accountable
can't run. She can't even run her own
Remember
mouth. How she running a
Bad
business?
Girls Club?
Tisha's
Did you
so
ever watch
immune
Bad Girls
to
Club
it.
season
She just
16?
but Tisha
Yes.
doesn't say anything
Remember
about it
when
because
Candace
Tisha does.
told Renisha, the next time your mama says something to me, I'ma mess you up?
Uh-huh.
That should
Bingo.
have been this situation. Next time your
Bingo.
mama talk to me like that, you about to get this work.
Yahtzee.
Nah, she need a sister like me to drag hoes when they need to be dragged. That's why I keep telling you.
But I
Cause
think the part
nobody finna talk about my kids or my nephew or nieces. She is way out of line,
And those children
disrespectful.
gonna see that down the road. Those children gonna see that. That's rude.
I
Listen,
know.
I
Can I say? Oh, sorry, Harold. Can I say something real quick? 'Cause I see people in the chat saying, "Oh, she wasn't talking about her child. She was talking about her." I feel like she was talking about both. Like Martel said, her
Mhm.
once. Me too. I'm agreeing with him. She was trying to shame Mel to show, just like how they try to do with Miss Van. I feel like try to shame Miss Van, and then say, "Oh, because you notice when Miss Wanda was in the Destiny store, she kept calling her the H word. Oh, she kept
Yeah,
calling her. I don't want to say it on here, but so people he's saying, oh, she was talking about the wife, and even the Scott said it. She was talking about her. She wasn't talking about. Here's the thing, right? These kids, unfortunately, because their parents decided to do their show, they're going to see this. This is not like, oh, in our everyday life where it's private, right? So
mm-hmm.
they're on a reality show, unfortunately, because their parents decide to do the show, and so therefore they're in the spotlight.
yep.
So people who keep saying, "Oh, she's not, so she didn't mean it." Yeah, she didn't go in, but Miss Wanda has went in on the kids anyways with their hair, so she's not above it.
She should have
So
been
people keep,
smacked right then. Yeah, I'm from Baltimore. Somebody asked. Be,
yeah,
be
And
more.
exactly.
exactly, and
But
not
my
only
thing
that, but
is that's the thing people are not seeing. Like at the end of the day, yes, okay, she wanted to S shame. Of course, she said it to S shame Mel. She's been coming for Mel since season, since the beginning of the show, since she and Tisha got into it. But Sugar Mama was a casualty. But it's still
yes.
wrong because she's 2 years old. She's a baby. She can't defend herself, and she's gonna see that growing up. Oh, so is that not my dad? And that's another conversation Mel and
It's gonna have to
Martell
have.
have to unfortunately have to have. So that's why it's effed up. So people in the chat saying, "Oh, she didn't talk about her baby. She talked
Yep,
about her."
Wendy.
No, she kind of did because now they unfortunately might have to answer to that if she grows up and has questions.
well, not
Then
only
she telling the man to get a paternity test.
Yeah,
Like
and you're
you
telling
gotta
them to
get
get
a
a paternity
paternity
test, but
test.
still, so she's gonna grow.
Right.
Unfortunately, hopefully that doesn't happen. She's gonna grow. Oh, that's hurtful. Like that happened to me. Someone in my family
Wow.
said that, and I know how
Same.
that hurts. And the person
That
was
happened
older,
to
so
me
oh,
as
this
well.
could be your dad in like a
wow.
malicious way. So I know how that hurts.
Mm.
So I just feel bad. She's a kid. No, nobody, even a grown person, doesn't deserve to know. Oh, this may not be your dad, or this is their dad. That's where I see it from.
Mm.
But some
Mm.
people still in the comments. Oh, she didn't talk about her. She didn't talk about the baby. She talked about
She
Mel. She
talking
talked
about
about
the
both.
kids, y'all.
No,
What's
she's
wrong
talking
with
about.
y'all?
But the
Listen,
point of the matter is, whether it was about the kid or about Mel individually, either way, you were out of line. So if
yep.
you
Period.
want to try
Period.
to toe, if you want to try to toe the line to speak on that woman's vagina, which you really don't know, that's the
Mm.
first
Mm-hmm.
thing. You
And
don't
why
have
is
any
she?
business speaking on that. And not only that, but you carrying around a rumor that can also have the effect that you mentioned of Sugar Mama at some point having to see all of this. Wanda
Mm-hmm.
is just out of line, period. And she's a coward all the way around. And even
Listen,
when you look at it, people that run their mouth the way she did, I knew she wasn't gonna bust a grape, and the only way she could get Mel was to sneak up on her from behind, which lets me further know you a coward all the way around. You talk too much, and then you got to come through back doors to come get at me.
But
Because
why
when
do
listen.
the girl
people?
is
Not
on
the
stage,
But how
rules.
you gonna talk about somebody when you got a whole husband and a boyfriend, and you worried about
Yeah,
somebody else's coochie miles? I'm
exactly.
confused.
And they can even help you with your truck.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
why do
Mm-hmm.
people have a problem with Melanie approaching this lady at that event?
I
That's
think
why
people
when
have
she
a
can
problem
catch
with
her.
that. People have a
Y'all got to
problem.
remember, Wanda don't live in that town. Remember, she
Because
live on
they
Exactly,
have a
Mark.
Central
That's
different
But
what
here's
she
the
standard
is.
thing:
from
when
Melody.
you're a person who takes the high road all the time and people expect more of you, I think that people forget humanity. And so
Yep.
when they sit there and they look at the fact that if we just being honest about it, Mel's response is way overdue. And for
Yep.
those who are sitting up there talking about, oh, she's supposed to be so above it, she's supposed to be a Christian. Let me tell you something. If you read
Uh,
the Bible, you understand that even Christ himself went and told some stuff up when people got
Okay.
on his nerves. So
For
we're
that
not about
temple,
to sit
yes, he
there and
did.
act like, yeah, people are human. That woman had enough. Wanda, between Wanda, the Scots, period, not to mention the people who
Arizona
are in
tea.
on
All
just
the
not
stuff
like
that
But
Tisha had
Marceau
said
came ready
last
to fight.
season and
He
the
came
season
ready.
before.
he did. I mean, so yeah, I don't see
My
anything
soul was
wrong with that.
drunk.
She was absolutely right to
Yes.
Because he came ready. He came amped up.
He was in
He
them
came in
Bermuda
his
shorts
shapewear.
drunk.
You see how he dressed? He came ready.
In
No,
his
there's something
shapewear.
behind that. He
Everybody
had
else had
something
on dressy
special.
clothes and he had on jean
Yep.
Bermuda
Yeah, he
shorts.
came ready, y'all. I'm
He
telling
was dressed for a street fight.
you. Yup, it's
So
something we don't
listen,
know.
Yep.
I
Because
want
did
to
y'all
say
hear Tisha say, oh, shoot, first it's going to be the women, then the men going to fight. Did y'all hear her say that before they fought?
No, I didn't
Play
see
it
it.
back.
I didn't
No.
listen. I'm gonna play
She
it back.
definitely said that.
Wanda,
She
yeah.
definitely
She did
said
say
that.
that. Yes, she did.
But I'm
Before
gonna
the fight. Was y'all
yeah,
plotting this?
Probably.
probably because they already knew what the situation was. So I'll
And see,
share it
I don't
because
know.
and
I
Marceau probably thought he would get over on
Body
Marcel
magic
because his
Marceau.
brother was there. And he got
chocolate.
he got all that smoke when his brother is there with him because remember in the past when Martell just kind of looked like he was gonna buck at Marceau, he called the police the last time. But today
Joe
Mhm.
did.
he got
Yeah,
all
they
of this
tried to jump
today.
that man. They tried to jump him.
They did.
Yeah,
They tried.
and then the thing
Right.
is,
So did.
Maurice of all people got physical first.
The
Sure did.
DP.
The former
Right.
fat boy.
But he couldn't get physical. All you have to do is just pull your brother away. I mean, if I'm walking away, someone starts speaking spicy, I'm gonna turn around and be like, "Who you talking to?"
Let's
That's
be
the easy
clear.
He
question.
should have grabbed Marceau instead of
And
grabbing
that,
Martell.
right, like you should be
Mhm.
like, "Yo,
Exactly.
chill,
You should have
brother."
grabbed your
Right.
own
And
brother.
Maurice kept trying to tell him, yo, she literally said that.
Yep.
It's talking about the kids. Maurice
Martell
straight
tried to
said
walk away.
He tried, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. They came there. Remember on the live when Mel went live and all of this first broke out, there was a part where Mel was talking to her mom that stood out to me last night when I watched it, where she said they always want to overtalk Martell and make him feel like, they're so like they're so smart and they're so this and that. Mel could see that they came there to trigger Martell to get the
Mm-hmm.
reaction. So to your point, they came for a fight because
oh,
they
I know
figured
why.
he was going to get triggered by something that happened that
I
day.
know why.
He's
Wait.
prepared.
Ooh, that was their out for the business.
That's
Because
it.
they don't know how to tell him no. And they don't want him doing that business. That
Bingo.
smoke.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep,
That's a
Mhm.
that was
good
the way
point.
to
That
get
was
him out of the comeback
Wow,
ring.
I didn't
that
even
was
notice that.
wait, but that was one.
Come
That's
on.
one reason. That was one reason. The second reason is they're over talking him because listen, my Lane Bryant buddy, we shop at Lane Bryant. Okay, we the Lane Bryant besties. Okay,
Hippie.
you a B cup, I'm a triple D. It's okay, boo. It's
My
okay.
hippie.
My Lane Bryant bestie. He overtalks people when they're about to tell his stuff. He
Mm-hmm.
did, and he overtalks them and gets ready to try to fight him
Remember
because
what he did to Kiki?
yeah, he did it to
Yeah.
Kiki. He was
Mm-hmm.
ready to
When
fight.
she was about to tell
Yeah,
everything.
he was over talking her and he was trying to fight her. And it's
Yep.
like when y'all pointed it out, I was like, when he was because they film like professionals, they film them like weeks after the scenes are shot. So yeah, you can say in the confessional, "Oh, I'm talking about Martell. I'm talking about Martell." But in that moment, you were talking about this lady who you know was about to get at your nasty sister-in-law because that's what she is. She's the jealous sister-in-law. She was about to get at her for what she said. You said, "Oh, I'm gonna go to jail." Yeah, you gonna go to jail. Listen, if 2 men is titty bumping in a parking lot, don't nobody really care because y'all just bumping chests, okay? Y'all titty bumping. But if you got a problem with a lady, they gonna call the cops on you because you
Mhm.
shouldn't be approaching her. You shouldn't be trying to say nothing to her if it's between two women and it hasn't gotten
Yeah.
physical yet.
I think
But
he was
my
gonna. I think he was saying he was gonna hit Mel if Mel hit Tisha.
right,
That's
and
how it
she
sounded.
wasn't coming. And here's the thing: she wasn't coming for Tisha. She was coming for her jealous older sister. Now, my Lane Bryant bestie, my Lane
Ah!
bestie my Lane Bryant bestie, listen here.
Ooh.
I get that when somebody is about to spill all your little information, you want to overtalk people and you want to start titty bumping them. But at some point, level of personal responsibility has to play into this. If you don't want your dirt, if you don't want your tea to be spilled, don't be out here doing dirt and don't be giving people the tea.
A
Now, if
well
you're going
kept
to continue
secret
to
is a
do
secret
dirt,
never told.
yeah, if you're gonna continue to do dirt and have the tea, you better make sure it's with somebody who not gonna snitch on you, who don't want to be on the show, and then you got to
Right.
have somebody else bring them in. You know who I'm talking about? Boom, boom.
Because I believe all of them was creeping together at the same time.
I
Yeah,
mean, we know
Yeah.
it. They act like men will cheat. It's not even because Mel said this, that, and this. They conduct themselves like men who cheat. Anytime somebody's talking too much, they start getting all nervous and shook. Like, what are you
Right.
talking?
Mhm.
They sure
They
do.
give themselves away.
Secret. At this point, if I was Martell, you ain't got nothing else to lose, brother. It can't get no worse.
I tell it all, ain't it?
I'm
Sing it like a
I would
canary.
He might be trying to write a book.
Everybody, yeah, everybody told on him.
I'm not trying to Martell, you got frat brothers, you got other friends, you got cousins. I wouldn't give
Right.
darn. I bring in other matter of fact, I tell your business, make you mad, and then bring my real friends on the show.
let's
Especially
Because
do.
why are
losers.
you loyal to people that's not loyal to you? They didn't have no problem throwing your
Exactly.
ass under the bus.
But
They
I'm
like that he's
I don't think
down.
it's
They like that
loyal.
he's down now too. They
Oh,
like that
I
because
don't
he
I don't think
helped them.
yep, I don't think it's
He's groveling at their front door like, help me, please. I really need y'all help. Help
I
me.
hated
Yes,
And
that.
he
I
they're
looked
hated
pathetic.
that.
losers. They're
Oh,
losers. Maurice is a hippie loser. Marceau is a toothless loser, and Mark is a broke loser.
I mean and the
Yeah.
problem
well,
and when
wait,
you
wait,
listen
wait.
to all of them,
Speaking of the brothers, don't it seem like they got a tight? Because Miss Van favor
they might
Maurice's ex-wife.
They like
Miss
women with good
Taiwan.
credit.
Miss Van favor their mama. I
You
think
shots
right.
that's what Mark
fired.
was getting to.
Miss
They like women
Van
with good
favors
credit.
Maurice
Ex-wife.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Yeah,
Iowa.
Kawa.
Oh,
Coward.
they type is either a older woman who
Linebackers.
already has something going for herself, and she has like either the business sense, the money, or
Oh, I
all
thought it
that
was
rolled into.
linebackers. I thought it
No,
was just
it's
linebackers.
their type is because if you let Pookie, that's what thick girl call him. We're not gonna call him by his real name because every time you say his name, he like Beetlejuice. He want to pop up. If you let Pookie tell it based off the little Love and Marriage Huntsville group, y'all know who it is.
Yeah.
It begins with an A and ends in an arc. Oh yeah.
Y'all know that man is a homosexual. I told y'all that last week.
Yes, but if you let the homosexual, it starts with an M, ends in an arc. If you let him tell it down to one of them Love and Marriage Huntsville groups I'm in, Kimmy was supposed to be his. That was supposed to be his
Oh
woman.
my. Oh
Ooh,
my.
guys just
Already told
Ooh.
Two Feisty. Already told Two
Oh.
Feisty this. If you let him tell it, Kimmy was supposed to be, and he said this over a year ago, and they reposted it. He said Kimmy was supposed to be his woman. They were supposed to be together. She already knew about Kiowa, and she was sitting up there having conversation with that lady. That's what M ends in arc said.
I told you he's a loser.
They have a type, a woman who has something going for themselves. They are possibly already have kids, businesses, money, education, or you get a young dumb one, impregnate her, and then she's stuck with you forever. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna mention no names.
I have a problem
As
with
long
all
as you got good credit,
And
that's
Kimmy
that's
should
the
be
first
concerned about
criteria.
Maurice too. Kimmy needs to be concerned about Maurice because when they was at that cabin, all that talk about not getting enough, she need to have her eye open.
She not worried
Yeah.
about the former
That
fat boy
was
who
red
chases her around the
flags. But
house
she
That
like
like
was
she a
that was
Tisha.
donkey.
red, purple, blue. That was some flags up.
No,
That
y'all, she really not worried about the former fat boy who chases her around the house like she a Twinkie trying to break his diet. Because before they got married, she put him on her mortgage.
you know what's
And public record to tell you that.
yeah, I don't
Said what now? She did what now? What?
Well, the people say she paid his way through
they
law
said she put him through
school.
school. I was just
She
about to
did.
say.
Right.
No, she paid his way through school. They already confirmed it. But before they got married, they weren't married when this happened. And like I said,
I'm
public
dead.
record,
Okay.
public record is a beautiful thing, especially in Madison County where Huntsville is located. They public record is real public. You ain't even got to pay nothing.
Sounds like a
And it's
homosexual to me.
and it says on the mark, like all the papers, it said not married. Her, like Kimmy's full name without the Scott, and his name not married. She put him on her mortgage before they even got married.
Wow.
She not worried about the former fat boy.
Sounds like a homosexual to me.
Wow.
Show sound like that to me too.
Sure.
I think the problem with the women that they choose and really just most people, because sometimes I read the comments in some of these stories and I have to ask myself, like, what show are people watching? These men only, they, the problem is they go through life with people telling them they're smart, and you only smart to a dumb person. You're
You
not
is
smart at all.
smart. You is kind.
You
was
you
You
only
is
smart
important.
you only smart
important.
to somebody dumb. And I'm really just kind of thinking like whatever they start talking in riddles, they talk in fables, they have anecdotes whenever they answer. And even with Kimmy, I feel bad for her, but I just kind of feel like, until she gets tired one of these days, I think she'll do it faster than Tisha. But you can tell that Maurice is a drain. Like it's like she has another kid. He's really very immature.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this before. I said, something, when he was talking about it and is still mad about Kaya was cheating on him, I said, I get it. I understand why she probably cheated on you. If you were the same person that we can see in these limited moments, that you were married to her and you were fat too, and you were trifling too, and you have a good job either, I see why that woman went somewhere else and figured out something better. Because you're fat.
Child, I think
Let's
Kyle probably cheated on him because he probably cheated on her first. That's what I think she did to get back at him. That's
I
That
what I
mean,
could have
because
think.
happened too. Yeah.
they lived in, what was it, Detroit at the time. The girls do be looking for a man to keep them warm during them long winter months.
Child, that
Now
-7 degree weather.
they need somebody to warm them up. Now
It is
listen.
cuffing
Oh,
season.
pickles.
Yes, listen. You get your thickums, you'll
I
be cool
love
for the
it.
whole winter, and you could drop them during spring. Now, when it comes to the former fat boy who likes to chase his wife around like she a Twinkie and she trying to break her diet, and I'm gonna say it every single time, just like that. It should speak about his character that the moment him and Kiowa, because I'm not gonna call you Kiwi because I used to call you Kiwi girl, but now I see why you did what you did. Um, Kiowa had daughters before they met, and you played step pappy for however long you was married to that lady, and you
Oh,
was the father to them girls. And the moment y'all divorced, them girls got dropped like a hot pocket fresh out the microwave. They don't hear from you. They don't speak to you if you let them tell you.
wow.
So you're not good people, and you act like a child. And I
I
just want
would.
to know what person, and I'm not even saying woman, like what person wants to be married to another person who acts like a child, and you have to treat them like a child, and now you have to do the raising of them that their mother and their father didn't do in the first place. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, but
Why should I
Maurice
have
really acts like a kid. He gets on
Especially
my
when you
nerves.
already have kids to raise. You ain't got time to raise a grown man.
Well, I mean, she finished raising her son
And
and she had got him out the house.
Kimmy said she didn't want to raise another child. She had already
She
raised her
was
son.
very clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
And
very
now look where
Okay.
she at. Raising
Okay,
another child.
now
somebody
okay,
told me.
now there's another person. There's another person that's up here. She just came up.
Hey,
There's this mother of one. She just came up.
I'm doing estimates.
Everybody, hey,
And
hey,
I
mother.
want you
Hey.
guys to allow her to speak. And just to let the people know, we got like 20 more minutes because Potomac come on. So we gotta make it do what it do. But we're
Okay,
gonna let Mother of One
but now
speak.
Scotty, real quick before you go, have you and
Yes.
Don decided what you cooking tonight and when you share it?
I'm not playing with y'all. Go ahead, Mother of One.
Wait, Scotty.
Huh?
My father's doing much better. He really is. And
Oh,
thank you
that's
for the
good
prayers. I
news. That's,
appreciate it.
that
Thank
is
you.
good news. That is good news. That is good news. I'm so happy to hear that.
She said, I don't feel bad for Kimmy.
But
I
go
just
ahead, Mother of
want
One.
to say, yeah, I just want to say quickly the point that I was saying before. I believe that kids are off limits. I would never say anything
Yeah.
about anybody's kid directly or indirectly. The point that I was making is that I didn't see it from Tisha's point of view, how it could be seen as, oh, I'm talking about the mother sleeping around versus the kid. I'm not saying it's right. What I am saying is I could kind of see in her mind, because of course she wants to defend her mother because that's her mother. But I can kind of see in her mind where she would say, oh, well, my mother wasn't talking about your kids directly. I was talking about you as the one that's sleeping around and not knowing who your kid's father is. That's number one. The second
Mm.
point I want to make is y'all was like, oh, Sugar Mama is going to be upset, in the future when she sees this. There's a whole lot of other things Sugar Mama is going to have to worry about that was all over this internet that concerns her mama and her daddy. And again, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying let's not try to make it seem like that was the worst thing, and now all of a sudden Sugar Mama gonna be traumatized because of crazy Miss Wanda. And the last thing I want to say is yes, Miss Wanda is always doing something to get attention. But at the end of the day, teacher looks at it as that's her mother, right or wrong. She can't control her. She's going to fight for her mother. So that's all I wanted to say.
Can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all
Yes.
cause I dropped the miss. She ain't no miss. It's elder be damned for the rest of my life when it comes to that lady. Do
Yeah, I
y'all
was
still
never
call her?
miss.
Do y'all still call her Miss Wanda because it's a respect thing, or is it
No,
how she
respect
intro,
yourself.
No,
or
I
is it
call
how she
No, I
introduced
call her
herself?
goofy.
the elder, I call Miss Wanda, Miss Van. I just think, it's a
I'm
respect thing.
I'm
I call her
sorry, but
goofy.
Yeah, I'm
it's
from
like
the South, so that's just what we do. Even when
I
Just like Kimmy was like, I don't Wanda to my Miss Wanda, like Kimmy
no,
be
cause
saying Wanda.
like I get it. Like I was raised to call everybody Miss and Mister, but
Yes and no, ma'am. Yeah.
yeah, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Respect is a two-way street, and she has no respect
yes,
for
it is.
anybody.
Period.
She doesn't have respect for the people on the show. She doesn't
Period.
have respect to the public. She has no respect for herself. And as an elder, I would think you would hold yourself like just a little bit higher and would act like an elder. And she acts like she a middle school child. And it's just like, if you act like a child, I'm gonna treat you like a child. And for me, and this is for me and me only, it's no longer Miss Wanda. It's gonna be Wanda or the pump it up queen who let that stuff seep into her brain and kill all livable brain cells.
Well,
Look,
Ricardo,
this
you
She's
is
have
not
why
an
I
elder.
you have a
appreciated.
valid point, Ricardo, because it's like all these elders that run around here and they do hurtful things and they say hurtful things and they do hurtful things and then they want to throw their age in your face because they want you to respect them because they've lived life or because they're older. And it's like, no, ma'am, no, God, that's not how it works.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that may be
I'm
true,
going
but
to match your energy.
I'm
She's
not
not
gonna
an elder.
but I'm
She's
not
not
gonna
an
let
elder.
your behavior
She's an old
dictate
woman with
my
a nasty mouth.
Well, I think
so
the way that I see it is like she may not have earned it, but sometimes you just, I think I still say miss from my home training, but it's just like
exactly.
court. You might have a person who's the judge of that court that you absolutely
Right.
don't respect, but when they say all rise, you respect the
You,
roll. So
yes.
Can you guys hear
Yes.
I
me?
at least respect her
Yeah.
opinion. And if she
Okay.
doesn't, and still respectfully let her know she out of line.
Right. I see what you're saying.
But look at seeing the father cheating is somebody made a comment and it scrolled so fast, but I remember what they said. Seeing the father cheating or thinking that's not your father is two different things. That cannot be compared to she's
Yes.
going to see some other traumatic stuff. There's nothing else more traumatic than not knowing that you was questioned that if that's your father. Now that's different. That's
I
way
had my
deeper.
listen, my
But
mom waited till I was older to tell me this. And like I've said before on here, I blocked my own grandma. And some people be like, well, why did you do that? And one of the reasons, but it brought it up because this is like a conversation we're having. My own grandmother, like you were like semi around when I was being raised. Like, listen, I look like my mama, but a lot of people say I look like my father. God rest his soul. She told my mother to her face, and my mother waited until I was old enough to understand. Like I was in college when she told me this, and as to why she does not have a relationship with my paternal grandmother. She said, that lady looked me in the face and said that I was not her granddaughter, that I was not her son's daughter, and that a cousin who, was around the same age was my
Wow.
father. And my mother said, do you think that I would put up with you because she acts just like Wanda? I said, I've never met somebody who acts just like Wanda. My paternal grandmother acts just like this lady. She said to her, my mother said, do you think I would sit if it was the case that I was not my father's daughter, do you think I would sit up here and put up with you? The aunt who is the
Wow.
cousin who she was talking about was her nephew. And her sister, who like is my great aunt, I love her to death. My mom said she's easier to talk to, easier to work with, and she actually likes her. Do you think I would sit up here and lie about the paternity of my child so I have to deal with you for the rest of my life? No. And that part of me hurt me because it's just like, you've said to my face as I've grown up that I look like my father.
Mm.
You were in my face, whether you said it a year ago, whether you said it 22, 24 years ago, because I'm 24. You said that to my mother. And then as I'm older and my mother explains to me why y'all don't have a good relationship now, and I have my own stuff with you, it's just like, really? You sat up here and questioned the paternity of me?
For the longest time, I was your son's only child, and you question the paternity of me. Like, how does that make sense to you? Where in your right mind do you think that that is okay to question a paternity of a child? And then when they're told or they see this when they're older or hear about it, that does stick with us. And that's another reason why I don't talk to her till this day. Because, like, once again, unfortunately, I do look like a mixture of my mother and my father, but I just say I look like my mama and keep it pushing. But that does, like, that's another level of hurt that came from a family member, that came
Well,
from
this
my
is exactly why we have, you know, making sure we're keeping kids out of things, because that type of feeling that you have right there, you
See,
don't want that feeling, to be on every other child, because every other child is going to go
mm-hmm.
through learning
see,
about their parent or learning about,
Yes.
news about what happened, in their parents' life differently and how it affected them. So that's why you just establish those boundaries of, look, kids are out of this period. And
hmm
Miss Wanda, honestly, is the only one who really brought up the kids in such a way that was like negative, because you're going to sit there and talk about, you're already trying to build this. I'm sorry, y'all. That was my niece in the background. If y'all,
that's because ain't nobody smacked her yet. That's
But
why.
if
also,
you somebody
I'm
yelling.
trying to
But
say,
yeah, she's already creating this competition between, Tisha's kids and Melody's kids, because you're already talking about, oh, their hair is gonna be prettier and longer. And now you're trying to make this like Mel
That's
and yeah, Tisha 2.0. And it's like, keep the kids out of it to avoid that whole thing, period.
But Wanda does this in her own family, so I don't know
Yep.
why people are surprised. She
yeah.
did that to her own niece. This
cause
woman
she
just
an
keep.
old hoe. I've been trying us not to say
Oh
it,
my
but she an
god.
old hoe. I'm just, I'm
But can y'all only blame
listen.
Miss Wanda? What about Martel, the child's father? Talk about Melody having a procedure.
Oh,
I
don't
don't
get me
think
wrong.
that
He's
he
not
should
off.
be put the
No, we
child.
blame him too.
He is not off
Right,
the
but
hook, because to be truthful with you, where I blame Martell is, I
Mhm.
mean, outside of him just being who he is, I mean, the entire way that he has maligned and have been disrespectful. I said this last week. As a man, you don't ever talk up under somebody's dress. As a woman, you
Mm-hmm.
don't
right,
do
but
that.
remember, Martel is more obligated to those children than Miss Wanda would ever be.
True. He is,
I'm not
and I,
trying to say, no, the point that I'm trying to say is, no, 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 don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's right. Any of this, all of it is wrong.
you're
But
right.
what I'm trying to say is, Miss Wanda don't have an obligation to those kids. So
Right, immediately. She doesn't have an immediate obligation to the kids.
And
no,
she,
and so she's going to dig because she's ignorant. That's unfortunately that's Miss
Mhm.
Wanda's way. But what I'm saying is she's not the only one that has done things that these kids will question. The
I,
mother that has done
Right.
things kids will but the question. thing
well,
is,
no, you make an excellent point, and I see the point that you're making. Like, people are trying to make this like this is the worst and the biggest thing that sugar mama or these kids will have to deal with. I agree with that, but I also think that all of them have played a role. So just like Mel is responsible, Martell is
of
responsible.
course,
The part that she can, Wanda just didn't have to have anything to say. Period, and that's what I was saying
exactly, that
earlier.
is true.
As a
I
good
think what's
person,
making it worse is pushing for the paternity test, though. I think that just made it go overboard.
but y'all know something
But,
else. Even though Marcel is not one of my favorite people, I don't know if y'all remember a couple of seasons ago, after he made that comment about Marcel being with 20 women, he went to MJ and apologized to that child for saying that about his dad on television. And
Mm-hmm.
while, whatever his reason or rationale was for that, he had a moment where he had some sense. This is where you can actually I gotta give credit where it's due, because he understood that the things we say on this show can affect our
hmm
kids. And so that's the reason why, and even the whole fight with Marceau yesterday, when Martel was telling him, well, if you don't know what was said, then why are you talking about it? But here's where I'm going to say this: Marceau knew what was said. He knew it. It wasn't like, you may not have known it personally, but you know your mother in law, because you've been talking about how messy your mother in law is the whole time. So that whole fight was unnecessary, because y'all came there wanting a moment with that man to make him look worse. And I'm not a fan of his at all, but I mean, I call a spade when I see it. And on that,
Man, that whole
I
fight
wasn't even
definitely
slick
from
with
the
it.
get go.
Y'all weren't,
Just
and that's the thing, you weren't even slick with it. Neither one of y'all. Y'all wasn't even slick with it. That's what I was trying to say.
they've been waiting to get each other. That's literally what I tweeted. I was like, you could just tell, like, we've been watching them do the nice, nasty type of, oh, we cool. But you can sense
Yep.
under it, it's like, nigga, I'm not gonna forgive you for bringing my family into this. You got busted, but you brought mine into it.
Yep.
Just take your L like a man. But no, Martell was like, nah, if I'm going down, nigga, we all going down together.
Yeah, he's on
So
that Nino Brown, baby. That
so
Nino.
now Marcel is not going to forget that. So yeah, it was like this fake little, oh Tisha, because if you get into it, then I gotta get into it. And if I get into it, somebody going to jail. Like he was already prefacing it like he was wanting to get involved. So it
He
was
came
like
ready.
y'all weren't even slick with it. Y'all were just waiting for the moment where y'all can sort of kind of justify it. And this one was slightly it.
Yep.
Okay. Since we're coming towards the end, I'm gonna let Prosperity speak, and then for those of you that's been up here the longest, if you don't mind, because I want some people that's still trying to get up to say what they gotta say. So if you don't, some of y'all don't mind dropping.
I'll drop.
No, I'll drop. Good night, Scotty. Good night, everybody.
Yeah,
All
good night,
right,
Hold on,
everybody. Make
Scotty.
sure
I
you
gotta
guys hit
I
that
gotta
like
do some
button and
homework.
come back tomorrow for the panel.
all righty. I'm
I
thinking about
love
going
y'all.
live
Thanks
for.
for
I'm thinking
having
about.
me.
I'm thinking about going live for Potomac tonight. I'm not sure, but I'll make up my
Ooh, that's
mind.
gonna be good,
Oh,
Scotty.
if
If you
you
do
do,
that, I'm
let
gonna
me
make
know.
sure I hurry up and
Child,
do my homework for that.
I got Potomac.
I
I
haven't
got
made up my mind yet, but I think I will.
I got it. I got
I
Potomac
think we
already
should,
pulled up on the
so we could read Robert and Giselle.
tacky and tackier.
You can click the link on that CWF boss uppity. I appreciate y'all having me. This was so fun. People can't stand the thugs pastor in the gossip conversations. They always say, well, why she a pastor and she always want to be up on here like with Larry Reed and all them people, because people like to hear what I got to say, and I don't have no filter and don't care about these church niggas or nobody else that got nothing to say.
Well, at least you
Okay,
got
well,
to say
Prosperity,
what
go
you
ahead,
wanted
because
to
I know
say.
you've been waiting.
I love y'all. All right, see y'all later. I'll be back one day though.
All right.
Thanks so much for
Yeah.
having me.
My
Go ahead, Prosperity.
my thing is about why is everybody acting like Wanda is did so much more than the parents have? Because that's what we're talking about today. We're not talking about what the parent we weren't talking about what the parents did in the past and this and that. And also Wanda is unapologetic with it. She doubles down, triples down. She even went on a live today, still saying the same ignorant things that she has been saying. She
She
also
did.
has circulated a picture with another man and Martell and Sugar Mama on it,
Oh, I'm sorry.
referencing
I didn't know we was
as
just talking about Wanda. I thought we was talking about the whole show. I'm sorry.
if that man is supposed to be the man that's supposed to be the daddy. But also you're messing up another family when you do that. Like she has no filter, she has no care. And my problem with her family is, and like when Kimmy was talking to her, Kimmy told me something, it's not a good look for you. This not a good. She talking about her business wise, moral compass. They didn't address the fact of what she was saying out of her mouth. They were just mad at the fact that she was going off and was trying to fight someone. But when somebody said something about Monster doing
Hmm.
something that he actually did, they still have a problem with that to this day. But Wanda gets a pass, and all she has to do is she needs to act better. No, she needs to be a better damn person. What that was so
Hmm.
damn wrong and disrespectful, and you're not an elder when you do stuff like that. You no longer can hold that title and be looked at with respect when you sit here and go down a damn child and then say, "Well, if that's me talk about a child, I guess I was talking about the child." And which one is it? You were talking about the child, you talk about the mama, or you don't give a fuck and you was talking about the child? Wanda is wrong. Wanda does too goddamn much. And that wig you had on the day, you need to take it and burn it. You look like goddamn Noxzema Jackson from goddamn She Food. How about
She
that?
did look a mess. She did look a mess.
I'm dead. She said she need to burn her wig.
Y'all didn't. She looked a mess. It was terrible. It was like a honey blonde and black, like short, almost trying to give Fantasia, but it wasn't. It wig. It was
And
terrible.
also,
That wig
Marcel
was
didn't want
not
Keisha
giving
to
no
jump
close
into
to
that
no
damn fight
Fantasia.
because he wanted Wanda to get her ass whooped. That's what that was. He was like, stay right here. If I can help your mother, I will. What the hell you mean if you can help my mother? And what woman letting a man tell her, I'm about to let my mama get her butt whooped in front of me? What she should have did was go over there and grab her mom and tell her to shut the heck up. And then went back and addressed Mel for being all up in her mama face. I don't give a damn what my mama would have done. What you not gonna do is do what you was doing. I'm gonna let my mama know she wrong, but at the end of the day, that's still my damn mama. Because if she would have got a Miss Van for how we felt about Destiny with Miss Van. At the end of the day, that still was Tisha mama, and you's a fool for sitting there letting anybody talk to your mama like that in your face. You was right in the conversation, and you said nothing not one damn time. But you about that life. You wore tennis shoes to the Galentine's party because you wanted to get it popping. Girl, shut up.
It didn't.
Okay, Dun, you next.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Y'all doing all right, Scotty?
Yes.
Are we really gonna play this game?
I thought you actually came up here to
No, no,
say
no.
something.
I do got something to say about Wanda. I do, but
Uh.
I got to recollect some things first. I asked you what you wanted for supper, and you ignored me. Okay, don't ignore me when I ask you what you want for supper.
Oh
I'm trying
my
to take care of
God.
you. Okay. Now I don't know how many people you got in your chat, but you showing out. You showing out. All you had to do was answer. I asked you what you want to eat.
If you don't get up here and say what you gotta say.
Y'all listen. Y'all see Scotty be playing, but anyway.
We see
You
it.
know Scotty don't like to be caught blushing.
Yeah.
I really gotta piggyback on prosperity because this whole Wanda thing. This is all I'ma say. This is what I'm gonna say. I had to take me a little note.
Oh my God.
The first thing I want to say with Wanda went on live today and tried to justify what she said by saying the whole 20 women thing for Martell. Wanda, stop using stuff to justify what you do, because everything that you use to justify what you do sounds stupid and dumb. It never matches up. The 20 women's, what do that got to do with you? Nothing. And if you felt that way, why you didn't check Martell?
Yeah, because you went out the mail.
Right. She steady using stuff. She always using an example or try to get out of stuff by spinning a narrative into something that is not. We sick of it. And one thing she don't like is for people to call her out on that stuff, but you keep spinning the narrative every time you do something. And it still don't make you look no better. In my personal opinion, you shouldn't have done no interview with nobody until all of this little stuff boiled down for a while. Timing is everything.
She can't help it.
She gotta be
I don't
sick.
know. I'm
She
sick
needs
of Wanda.
attention.
I am. I can't even lie. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. But anyway, that's all I had to say. Scotty,
Yes.
you got 8 minutes to let me know what you want for supper.
Oh, you know
Yes.
what?
Before Love and Marriage. I mean, not Love and Marriage.
See, you can't even get the
Real
show
Housewives.
out right. You can't even get the show out right. Anyway, because it's about to
Back
be
to what I was saying. I need you to text me what you want for supper. Okay, so I can go ahead and get it ready.
this motherfucker here, boy. I tell
You
you
better
the
tell him.
truth. Well, first off, before he derails my damn panel even more than he already has, thank y'all for coming up. I really appreciate it. For those of you that's up here and in the chat, do y'all think I should go live after Potomac
Do
Yeah.
it.
for a live review?
Do you think we're gonna say no, Scotty? What are you asking us
Right.
these
We're gonna have to talk about I just got one question. Who do y'all think is going to surprise us the most for Potomac?
Mm,
Not
Candace.
Robin Estelle.
Candace? Candace and Ashley?
Candace.
probably
Yep.
Candace.
Candace
Candace
and
is
Pennywiser.
I
And
definitely
y'all
feel
know today
like
is a
I
75
don't
minute.
really think you need to go live because we got to spend time with each other. Like
Oh my
that's supposed to be
god!
our alone time.
Oh my god! Oh
I know
god!
it's a
Oh god!
75-minute special tonight.
Bye y'all!
Scotty blushing.
Bye y'all! Bye
Scotty.
y'all! Get your ass
Bye.
down, please get down.
But look, I had a conversation with Wanda, so
Oh.
come and check my channel out tomorrow so we can dissect it
not
about
you
this
cuss
fight.
out. You know what? He did this last week. He was upset that we,
Putting
said
us
something
out.
about the wedding and kicked us out.
Didn't I say get down? Get
I'm gonna
down.
be the last one on the screen though. But I still got
I'm gonna
something I
catch
want
you
to say.
later on the Potomac, Scotty. I'm going to if you go live, I'm gonna tune in. We definitely gonna talk about some hoes. So I'm gonna just wait for the notification.
I
Yeah,
haven't made my mind up yet. I really haven't. I
Wait,
don't
who
know.
I
just
think
said that?
Don has made it up for you. But check out Prosperity 3
He
Girl
did.
40 tomorrow at 2:30. I have a live. Bye bye.
Bye
Y'all
y'all.
Bye,
messy.
I'll
Scotty.
see you alive.
Bye.
All
Good
right, you
night.
guys. We're about to get up
Scotty.
off here. Yes, done.
Scotty, this was a really lit live. Your live's always lit though. Um, but you got 6 minutes. You got 6 minutes,
You
and
know
then
what?
but
You know
wait,
what?
before I
When
leave
you
up off of here,
look, when you said I'm gonna get up there and show the fuck out, you definitely did that. You did exactly what you said you was
so
gonna
you got
do.
to tell the
You
people what
did
I told you I was gonna do.
you did exactly what you said you was gonna do. You did it. You did it. You did it. I ain't got nothing to say. You said I'm
It's
gonna go up there and
payback. It's
I'm gonna
payback because Scotty be acting innocent and he be in my chat cutting up too. So I just gotta pay it back. Pay it
shout.
forward,
Okay,
honey. Pay it
you
forward.
got me back. You got me back. You definitely got me back for real,
Well,
for
you
real.
got
Cause I
5 minutes.
didn't.
Bye.
Oh shit, y'all. Dun Dun is a damn fool. But anyway, you guys, we're about to get on up out of here. I really don't know if I'm going to go live for Potomac or not. I'm really not sure about it because I don't really like to do that many lives. I really don't. But we're gonna figure it out after this is over with. But it's about that time to get ready for Potomac. We think that Love and Marriage Huntsville is toxic. Potomac is toxic too. But I think Love Marriage Huntsville is even more toxic than that. But with that being said, you guys, I am out of here. Until the next video, I will holler at you guys at another time. Bye, y'all.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tremel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B, it's got a little bit of pop, it's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tremel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. I hope to hear from you.